What is up? It is Big Char Trades back with another video, and in this video I am going to be recapping my trades from today. Today I lost another $16,900 across my account, which brings me to losing around a little over $31,000 in the past 2 days. This has been a tough week. Monday we went 1 for 2. Tuesday we went 0 for 2, and then today, Wednesday, we went 0 for 2 again. So this week has been, brutal, but, I'm got to keep it a buck. I'm going to share my trade recaps because I do think that showing losses helps just as much as showing wins. And I do think it's important for you guys to see that, not every single day is green, right? With trading, you could have really high highs, but you could also have really low lows. And the thing is, the lower the lows, the higher the highs, and the higher the highs, the lower the lows. So we're just in a little dull period right now, but coming back tomorrow, we are going to come back strong and we are going to, lock the fuck in. So with that being said, let me break down my trades from today. So first of all, coming into the market, I was bearish. Why was I bearish? Well, we inversed this daily bullish gap a few days ago, just for starters, and then dropping down to the 4-hour time frame, we do have this 4-hour bearish SMT right here. Coming into market open, we had this SMT. Let me just mark it out. And we also had this SMT as well. And typically, when we have this 4-hour bearish SMT, this higher time frame SMT means a lot. So I was pretty bearish. We also, had it inside of a bearish gap as well. And yeah, there was no gap on ES. ES had this gap up here that we tapped into, which is not anything on. Oh wait, this is the same gap. Never mind. This is the same gap. So we had bearish SMT inside of this 4-hour fair value gap. And then dropping down to the hourly time frame, we still had that SMT, of course, and we were trading inside and respecting this hourly bearish gap as well right here. Let me just mark it out on ES. So as you can see, ES inverse this hourly gap just by like a few points or 1 point. And at that same candle, the NASDAQ was literally just tapping in. So dropping down to the 15-minute, here's what we had coming into market open. We had, here, wait, let me mark this out. Let me go to the 15. So coming into market open, it was right around here, right? We had not swept London highs yet, but I didn't think we were going to sweep London highs. My draw from today was Asia lows. That is what I wanted to see get taken. These lows were my first draw, and then second draw were Asia lows. So my initial trade was a pre-market entry, right? We tapped into this 15-minute fair value gap on the NASDAQ, and on ES, as you can see, at that same fair value gap, we were nowhere near it. So we had tons of more bearish SMT, which means we had bearish SMT on every single time frame, which I had a really high conviction in this trade, right? This is like beautiful tap on NQ, and the ES didn't even come close to tapping it. As you can see, price is all the way down here. So with that, dropping down to the 2-minute time frame, we had a nice, or 1-minute time frame, sorry. We had a 1-minute inversion right here, somewhere. Where was it? I think it was here. Yeah, so we actually didn't inverse anything, and then, wait, was it a 3-minute? 2-minute? There was an inversion right here. Oh wait, no, that's 7:30. This is the tap. Okay, so we had this 2-minute inversion right here, around 9:12, and that was my entry. So I ended up taking an entry down here on this candle closure, and stop went at the high, and my final TP was actually that first draw. So this was actually a very, very egregious trade. This is like 5-hour trade, and my game plan was to go break even when price got down here. I normally don't go break even, but I was willing to go break even here because I really wanted to see these lows get taken, and it looked pretty high probability with all the bearish SMT across every time frame. So with that, we're in profit up to, market open, and then market open ended up taking us out right here. We got stopped. Let me just mark that out. We got stopped right here, and then I was like, okay, well, maybe we have to sweep London highs before, we go ahead and make the move. So London highs got swept, and we were still trading inside of this hourly gap as well. And I was willing to try out another short just because I had a lot of conviction in this setup. So here, we swept London highs, and I took a 1 minute inversion after sweeping. I took this inversion right here with half size, of course. Let me just move this right there. So let me hide this indicator as well, sorry. There's a lot going on. Okay, so I took this inversion right here on the candle closure because, again, I didn't want to wait for a retest. Stop went at the high. This was a 63-point stop. But for this trade, my trade idea was Asia lows. So like 1.8 R. This was a lot of risk. I honestly, looking back at this trade, this was a horrible entry. And I actually got stopped out right here. And yeah, so these were my two trades. Lost around 16,900 on this day. Definitely a tough loss because yesterday I lost 15,900. So, down around just over 31K in the last 2 days across all my accounts. So that's a little bit rough. And yeah, I mean, there's nothing much to say today. To this second, I have no idea why price is running to the upside. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Definitely harder to take today's loss than yesterday's loss, just because, it's the second day in a row where I'm losing over $2,300 across all my accounts. But yeah, that was the trade today, and I'm not gonna, I think it's important to make these recaps even on days like today and yesterday, just because there's a lot of fuckery that goes around in the day trading space, and I never want to be known as the guy that only posts wins. So 0 for 4 in the past 2 days. Hopefully Thursday, tomorrow, is a good trading day. I'm going to do my best today to go touch some grass, get outside, and just take the loss on the chin and keep pushing. I mean, there's nothing I can do. Locked myself out of all my accounts. Not going to, keep trading, of course. And yeah, I mean, you just gotta know. I mean, if you follow me, if you trade the same way as I do, you probably took 2 L's today as well. Just because I don't think there was a reason why price is running to the upside. The only thing I would say, though, is that I was a little bit iffy because we ran through Asia highs. Like, we literally displaced through Asia highs. And typically, when we displace through Asia highs, I don't love taking shorts. Another thing that I didn't love was at market open, like, we hadn't swept London highs yet. We swept London lows. So, if we displaced through Asia highs and swept London lows first, my draw could have been, London highs. So, days like today, I never want to fade, 4-hour SMT, hourly SMT, like bearish SMT on every time frame. So with that being said, nothing you can really do here. Don't be an idiot. If you took 2 L's today, don't try to go ahead and revenge trade this shit, because it's just not worth it. I think that, we only had red folder news on Tuesday, and we have red folder news tomorrow as well. So just weird price action, or maybe ES had to sweep London highs and now it's going to dump. But regardless, we're still in the game. Like I said, I'm going to go on my walks. I'm going to, chill, and I'm going to try my best to just keep my head level-headed. I mean, there's no reason to go into tomorrow with any emotions because, what can you do? It's a loss, right? Every trader takes losses. I'm looking forward to the highs, though, because lower lows equal higher highs, right? So with that being said, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday. Let me know in the comments below if you took this trade with me. or these trades with me, or how you ended the day. I literally read all my comments, so if you have anything to say at all, just let me know in the comments below. And subscribe if you feel like it. We are in this losing streak together. So with that being said, have a great rest of your day. Peace out, and I will see you in the next video.